Hello, this is Don Hall. This is at Don Hall Works YouTube channel. On this channel we do lots of demos how to make things out of clay. And in this video we're going to make some lamps. This is what I like to say is how to make a $50 pot and turn it into a $125 pot with about $3 worth of equipment. So I'm going to take you through it step by step. We're going to throw a pot on the wheel, going to decorate it, and I'm going to show you how to put it all together. So let's get started. I'm going to throw a lamp now, and I have about 8 pounds of clay here, and it's stoneware clay with grog in it. I'm using that clay because I'm going to fire the lamp in my Raku kiln. I like the look of a Raku lamp. And I'm going to throw a little thicker than I normally do. I like to have my lamps kind of heavy, on the heavy side. They get a lot of, being knocked around, kids, turning them on and off. So I like it a little bit thicker. Also, it's going to be fragile enough since it's going to be fired Raku.
I almost wrote a song about you just the other day, but couldn't think of anything to say. If I knew you any better, I maybe could have said words that make a song sound good, even when it's only read. But you were gone before I had a chance to even ask anything of you, and was I even up for the task? Yeah, you were gone, not in my life, but only out, and left me with nothing to write about. You were almost the title of my next song. Can't say what it was, I must have said wrong to make you want to end something before it began. You were never my woman, I was never your man.
Alright, after I threw it, I let it dry overnight under plastic, and now I'm going to trim it now for you.
But you were gone before I had a chance to even ask anything of you, and was I even up for the task? Yeah, you were gone, not in my life, but only out, and left me with nothing to write about. Can't write a song about a heart that ain't broke. Can't write about words that were never spoke. Can't write about something that never was. Can't say I was high when it was really just a buzz.
What I'm doing now is I'm going to make a hole to allow the cord to exit out the bottom of the lamp. And I'm going to make a channel here for the cord to come out here and to go to the wall plug. It's all trimmed. It's been drying a little bit. And what I'm doing now is I'm painting on some porcelain slip. And the reason I do this is because I want the clay to be nice and white when I fire it in the Raku kiln. And in a minute, I'm going to use this very same slip. I'm going to put some mason stains in it for some color and decorate the lamp with some nice flower motif. All right, while the porcelain on the lamp is drying, I'm going to mix up some envelopes to paint on the lamp like these. And what I have here is the same porcelain that I used to paint on it, so it ends up nice and white like this. And then I'm going to add some mason stain, in this case some green. That should be plenty. And stir this up real good, and so I have some pink that I'm going to use for the flowers and green that I'm going to use for the leaves. And I think I'll just go ahead. I have some black underglaze already ready to go. I think I'll use that. But obviously this stuff, the more you put in, the more intense, to a point that the colors will be. The less you put in, the weaker the color, whatever you desire. I think this will be about right for those green leaves. What I'm doing now is I'm making a sketch of the imagery that I'm going to paint on my lamp. And I do it first in pencil, and then I go over my pencil line with a fine point felt tip pen just to make it a little darker. And the reason I do this is I've discovered that I can draw pretty good, but for some reason when I get to drawing on the clay, I like to have something to go by, because you really can't erase. Once you put something down there on the clay, you're pretty much stuck with it. So I like to have a stencil to use to go by. And so, all right, so I put this down with the marker, and then I erase my pencil marks. Once I get my images drawn on with my felt pen, I now use a number 4B, a 4B charcoal pencil. And the charcoal seems to transfer over to the pottery fairly well. And this will give me a outline basically of what I'm going to paint with the colors. It's sort of a color by number kind of a thing. This charcoal is very it doesn't stick to the paper real good, and if you touch it, it will come off and make a smudge. So once you lay down your charcoal pencil line, it's best to try not to have to touch that part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this outline over all of these flowers I drew freehand on here, and it'll give me something to go by when I paint my envelopes on. And by making these stencils, that helps me to do it. Now I already have these on here, so the nice thing about this is I can redraw the line and use them over and over again for other decoration. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to finish drawing this on here, and then I'll show you how I transfer it to the lamp. So this is the method for transferring this picture over. It's a tried and true antique way of doing this. The only problem with doing this way is you have to make sure that you rub over each part of it, or else it won't be there. But it just takes a gentle rubbing and there it is. That's enough for me to go by. Let's do one more. Actually, I think the little bit smaller ones work better. It's easier to get it all put over there onto the... There we go. I'm going to start off by painting the green. I have a very fine brush here, and I'm going to just very carefully paint in all the little green leaves. You get the idea. It's going to take a couple of coats. All right, so after I get all the green leaves painted in, I'll come back and paint the sort of tangerine color of the petals of the hibiscus flowers. Now the tangerine color for the petals of the hibiscus flower. Be going all the way around with this. Twice. So that's basically how it does. And then once I get this all painted, I will outline it. If I give it 2 coats, I'll outline it in black and add some of the details. I've given it 2 or 3 coats of the colors. I decided to add a red in the interior, and I've had a lot of questions often about how I make the black lines that I usually put in my work, and this is what I use, just a very fine brush. And I'm going to go around and outline the petals on the hibiscus flower.
For you were gone before I had a chance to even ask anything of you. And was I even up for the task? Yeah, you were gone, not in my life, but only out, and left me with nothing to write about. Yeah, you left me with nothing to write about.
There's lots of different kits out there that you can make a lamp with. These are here are on Amazon, and just give you a rough idea. But you can usually go to your local hardware store and you can buy one in the electronics department. So try that. The kit I have that I got at my local store, they make these little stoppers that fit in here. Now, I made the hole in this slightly larger than that because I know it's going to shrink. I can just shave this down a little bit so it'll fit. All right, let's put one together. I fed the cord through, and now I'm going to hook it up to all the other parts. Obviously, I lay it all out. I make sure I get it in the right order. So the part that holds the shade on. This threaded bolt holds it all together. This is alternating current, so it doesn't matter which side the wire goes to. I've got all that screwed together here. I pop that in until it snaps. Pull it through, push it down, and there we go. This little thing fits in here, just sort of snaps in there. Get a light bulb, plug it in, ta-da, there we go. Well, so that's how you make a lamp. The only thing we need to do now is we need to bisque fire it to cone 06 and then take it up to coil kilns, glaze it, and Raku fire it. But that part will be in part 2. This is the end of the first part of this video, and hopefully we can follow this story of this pot along for a while. I got to thank Nick for his music. That was great. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Think about subscribing to our channel. And we'll see you soon.